Hi, I'm Zach.
And I am Jeremy, and we are Sparka Youth.
So before we start this week's lesson, let's take a look at last week's challenge. Last week, our challenge was to find 3 ways in which you can invest into heaven. What'd you do for your challenge, Jeremy?
So for my challenge, for my first one, I decided to spend some extra time in prayer. And I did this because, well, my grandpa was in the ER. And because he was in the ER, I decided that I could pray for him a lot more. And then my second one was to help someone grow in their faith. So I decided that I wanted to help evangelize to my friends a little bit more. And then so I did that. And for my third one, I decided to include God in my everyday tasks. For example, when I eat food, I like to thank God, and I also pray to Him as well, that God will actually provide the food for me, and that He bless the food to make sure that there's no sickness or any disease inside.
That's pretty cool. For my challenge, what I did was first, I prayed more. Second, I read the Bible more. And third, I taught my friends what prayer meant to me. So this week we're going to be looking at Matthew 22:21. Matthew 22:21 says that Caesar's, they replied. Then he said to them, so give back to Caesar's what is Caesar's, and to God what is God. So this command has a lot of smaller parts to it. First of all, you shouldn't hold on to what isn't belong to you. This is because God gave you many things and you should give back to Him what belongs to Him. You can do this by giving a tithe, which means 10% of your income, and you can do this at your church by giving an offering to Him.
Second, Jesus teaches that it is your responsibility to initiate this. He does not want God to force it, because then it might be a force. It's not like you're giving out of your heart if He forces you to, which is why He encourages you to do it, so it's optional. And when you do give it, you want to give how much your heart desires, but most of the time it's 10%. So you want to give by your faith and your loyalty and show that you worship God.
Third, Jesus wants you to understand that He has given you a lot, and you're only giving a small part back to Him. God only wants a small part, and you get to keep the rest. This 10% is showing that you have a faith and trust in God.
Rather than calling your action giving, you should call your action returning. This is because God gives more than you have ever given to Him. So then you return back by giving some money to church to help people develop their faith in Christ.
So along with this, we also have a few more verses to go with our topic. The first one is Proverbs 3:9-10. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine.
Our next verse is Malachi 3:10. Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. Test me in this, says the Lord Almighty, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that there will not be enough room to store it.
Next verse is Genesis 14:19-20. And he blessed Abraham, saying, Blessed be Abraham by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and praise be to God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hand. Then Abraham gave him 1/10 of everything.
And the last verse is Hebrews 7:1-2. This Melchizedek was king of Salem and priest of God Most High. He met Abraham returning from the defeat of kings and blessed him, and Abraham gave him 1/10 of everything. First, the name Melchizedek means king of righteousness, and also king of Salem means king of peace.
So, to finish this off, we have an additional challenge for this week. This week's challenge is to give a tithe to your local church. This tithe can be 10% of your weekly income, or if you don't make money, then you can use your allowance, or even anything that you receive. For example, if you get a gift card, you can just give 10% of that back to your church. Whatever it is, it's about the thought that you're giving what you have to God. This is our challenge, so send us what you did on Instagram at Sparka Youth, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.